the social media hint that could change everything for Manchester United. Picture this. You're scrolling through Instagram, and suddenly you see a Brentford player liking a Manchester United post. Not just any post, but one about training at Carrington. Your heart skips a beat. Is this it? Is this the sign we've all been waiting for? Well, that's exactly what happened when Bryan Mbeumo liked Leny Yoro's Instagram post about returning to Manchester United's training ground. Sometimes the smallest gestures tell the biggest stories, and this could be the clearest indication yet that United are about to get their man. But that's not all. While the Mbeumo saga reaches its climax, another opportunity has opened up that could transform United's season. Aston Villa are reportedly close to signing a new goalkeeper, which could finally make Emiliano Martinez available. Two massive moves, one crucial week. Are you ready for what could be the most important 7 days of United's summer? The Mbeumo saga reaches breaking point. Let's start with the big story that's had United fans checking their phones every 5 minutes. Bryan Mbeumo has been the subject of what feels like the longest transfer saga in recent memory. But all signs point to this being the week it finally gets resolved. Sky Sports' Dharmesh Sheth has confirmed that Manchester United are preparing to submit an improved offer for the Brentford star. This would be their third attempt, and you know what they say about third time being the charm. The numbers tell an interesting story. United's first bid was worth £55 million. Brentford said no. Their second offer came in at £62.5 million. Again, rejected. But here's the thing, Brentford are looking for £65 million. That's not a massive jump from United's last offer. So why haven't they just paid the extra few million? It's not always about the total amount. Sometimes it's about how you structure the deal. Brentford want more money up front, while United prefer to spread payments over time. It's like buying a car. You might agree on the price, but you still need to work out the payment plan. What makes this bid different? So what's changed? Why are United confident this third bid will succeed where the others failed? First, there's the timing. Mbeumo is due back from his holiday in the United States any day now. He's supposed to report for preseason training with Brentford on Monday. Neither club wants him turning up to training while his future is still uncertain. Second, United seem more willing to meet Brentford's demands on payment structure. When you really want a player, sometimes you have to compromise on the small details to get the big picture right. Third, and perhaps most importantly, the player himself has made it crystal clear he wants to join Manchester United. That Instagram like might seem like a small thing, but it's actually huge. Think about it. Why would Mbeumo, who has no connection to Leny Yoro, randomly like a post about United's training ground? He's basically telling the world where he wants to be. The social media clue that says everything. Let's talk about that Instagram moment because it's more significant than you might think. In the modern game, players are incredibly careful about their social media activity during transfer windows. Every like, every follow, every comment gets analyzed by fans and journalists. From Mbeumo to like Yoro's post about returning to Carrington isn't an accident. It's a message. He's telling United fans, Brentford, and probably his own agent that he's ready to make the move. This kind of social media activity often happens just before deals get completed. Remember when Jadon Sancho was liking United posts before his move from Borussia Dortmund? Or when Harry Maguire was following United accounts before leaving Leicester? These things matter in the modern transfer market. Why Mbeumo makes perfect sense for United. But let's step back from the transfer gossip for a moment. Why are United so determined to sign Mbeumo in the first place? What makes him worth £65 million? The answer lies in what he brings to the team. Last season, Mbeumo scored 20 goals and provided 8 assists in 38 Premier League appearances. Those are impressive numbers for any winger, but they're especially good for someone playing in a team that finished in the bottom half of the table. Mbeumo is exactly the type of player Ruben Amorim wants. He's direct, he's quick, and he can beat players one-on-one. In Amorim's system, wingers need to be able to create chances for themselves and others. Mbeumo does both. He's also proven he can handle the pressure of playing in the Premier League. Too many United signings in recent years have struggled to adapt to English football. With Mbeumo, there's no adaptation period needed. He knows the league, he knows the opponents, and he knows what it takes to succeed. The Brentford perspective. Of course, this isn't just about what United want. Brentford have their own considerations. They don't want to sell Mbeumo, but they understand that £65 million is too much money to turn down. The problem for Brentford is that they're also dealing with interest in another key player. Nottingham Forest have made a bid for Yoane Wissa, Mbeumo's strike partner. Brentford really don't want to lose both of their main attacking threats in the same summer. This creates an interesting dynamic. If Brentford sell Wissa to Forest, they might be more reluctant to let Mbeumo go. But if they reject Forest's bid, they might be more willing to cash in on Mbeumo. From United's perspective, they just need to make sure their offer is too good to refuse. That's where the improved bid comes in. Sometimes in football, you need to pay a premium to get the player you really want. The competition factor. United aren't the only club interested in Mbeumo. Tottenham have also shown interest, and with their former Brentford manager Thomas Frank in charge, they might have an advantage. But here's where United's persistence could pay off. They've been chasing Mbeumo for months, while Tottenham's interest seems more recent. The player knows United really want him, and that can make a difference. Newcastle were also linked with Mbeumo earlier in the summer, but they've since signed Anthony Elanga from Nottingham Forest for £55 million. That takes one competitor out of the equation. The Martinez opportunity. While the Mbeumo situation has been dominating headlines, another story has been developing quietly in the background. Aston Villa are reportedly close to signing Marco Bizot from Brest, and this could have huge implications for Manchester United. Why? Because if Villa sign Bizot, it probably means Emiliano Martinez is available. And Martinez is exactly the type of goalkeeper United need. Let's be honest about United's goalkeeper situation. Andre Onana had a difficult first season at Old Trafford. He made some crucial errors that cost the team points, and many fans have lost confidence in him. Martinez, on the other hand, is a proven Premier League goalkeeper. He won the World Cup with Argentina. He's been Villa's Player of the Year multiple times, and he's known for his shot-stopping ability and leadership qualities. Why Villa would let Martinez go? You might wonder why Villa would want to sell their number one goalkeeper. The answer is complicated, but it comes down to money and squad planning. Martinez is one of Villa's highest earners, and his contract runs until 2029. If they can get a good fee for him now, they could reinvest that money in other areas of the squad. Villa also need to be careful about financial fair play regulations. They've spent heavily in recent years, and selling a high-value player like Martinez could give them more flexibility in the transfer market. Marco Bizot might not be as well known as Martinez, but he's a solid goalkeeper who performed well for Brest in League One. At 34, he's also likely to be much cheaper in terms of both transfer fee and wages. What Martinez would bring to United. If United could sign Martinez, they'd be getting one of the Premier League's best goalkeepers. His shot-stopping statistics are excellent, and he's proven he can perform in big games. Martinez is also a leader. He's captain of the Argentina national team, and he's someone who can organize a defense. United have missed that type of vocal presence since losing David De Gea. The Argentine is also good with his feet, which is important in modern football. Amorim likes his goalkeepers to be able to play out from the back, and Martinez has shown he can do that. Perhaps most importantly, Martinez has the mentality United need. He's a winner. He's won the World Cup, the Copa America, and he's helped Villa qualify for European competition. He knows what it takes to succeed at the highest level. The timing of both deals. What makes this situation particularly interesting is the timing. Both the Mbeumo and Martinez situations could be resolved in the same week. United's preseason tour of the United States starts with a game against West Ham on July 26th. That's less than 2 weeks away. If they're going to sign new players, they need to do it soon so those players can join the tour and start integrating with the team. The Mbeumo situation seems closest to resolution. The third bid could be submitted any day now, and if it meets Brentford's demands, the deal could be completed quickly. The Martinez situation is more complex because it depends on Villa completing their move for Bizot first. But if that happens, Martinez could suddenly become available. The financial considerations. Let's talk about money because it's a crucial factor in both deals. United have already spent money this summer on Matheus Cunha and Diego Leon. How much more can they spend? The Mbeumo deal would cost around £65 million. That's not cheap, but it's not excessive for a player of his quality in today's market. United have paid similar amounts for players like Antony and Jadon Sancho in recent years. The Martinez deal is harder to estimate. Villa paid around £20 million for him in 2020, but he's improved significantly since then. In today's market, he could be worth £40 to £50 million. If United could sign both players for around £100 to £110 million total, it would represent good value. They'd be getting two proven Premier League performers who could make an immediate impact. The fan perspective. How are United fans feeling about these potential signings? The general reaction seems positive, especially regarding Mbeumo. Fans have been frustrated by United's attacking play in recent years. The team has struggled to create chances and score goals consistently. Mbeumo's pace and directness could add a new dimension to the attack. The Martinez situation is more divisive. Some fans still believe in Onana and think he deserves more time. Others are ready for a change and see Martinez as an upgrade. What most fans agree on is that United need to be active in the transfer market. The squad needs strengthening, and these two signings would address key weaknesses. The Amorim factor. How do these potential signings fit into Ruben Amorim's plans? Both players seem well suited to his system. Amorim likes his wingers to be direct and create chances. Mbeumo's pace and ability to beat players one-on-one would be perfect for this role. He's also good at cutting inside and creating space for others. Martinez would fit Amorim's goalkeeper profile too. The United manager wants a goalkeeper who can distribute the ball well and organize the defense. Martinez can do both. Both players also have the right mentality. They're winners who have performed at the highest level. That's exactly what Amorim wants as he tries to build a winning culture at United. The broader transfer strategy. These potential signings also tell us something about United's broader transfer strategy. They're targeting proven Premier League players rather than taking risks on unknowns. This makes sense given United's recent history. Too many signings from other leagues have failed to adapt to English football. By focusing on players who already know the Premier League, United reduced the risk of expensive mistakes. Both Mbeumo and Martinez would be ready to contribute immediately. There would be no adaptation period, no time needed to understand the league's intensity. They could hit the ground running. The competition implications. If United can sign both players, how would it affect their chances of competing for trophies next season? Mbeumo would give United a new attacking threat. His pace and directness would create problems for opposing defenses. He could be the type of player who makes the difference in tight games. Martinez would provide stability and leadership at the back. His experience and shot-stopping ability could be crucial in big games. He's the type of goalkeeper who can win you points. Together, these signings would address two of United's biggest weaknesses from last season. The team struggled to create chances and made costly errors at the back. Mbeumo and Martinez could solve both problems. The potential obstacles. Of course, nothing is guaranteed in football transfers. What could go wrong with these deals? The Mbeumo situation could stall if Brentford decide they don't want to sell, especially if they lose Wissa to Nottingham Forest. They might decide that keeping their attacking partnership together is more important than getting the transfer fee. The Martinez situation is more complex because it depends on Villa signing Bizet first. If that deal falls through, Martinez might not be available. There's also the possibility that other clubs could hijack either deal. Tottenham remain interested in Mbeumo, while clubs in Saudi Arabia are reportedly interested in Martinez. The week ahead. So what should United fans be watching for in the coming days? First, keep an eye on the Mbeumo situation. If United submit their improved bid and it meets Brentford's demands, the deal could be completed quickly. Look for any more social media hints from the player too. Second, watch for news about Villa's pursuit of Bizet. If that deal gets completed, it could trigger Martinez's availability. Third, pay attention to United's preseason schedule. The club will want to have any new signings in place before they leave for their American tour. The historical context. It's worth remembering that United have been here before. The club has had plenty of transfer sagas over the years, and not all of them have ended happily. The Paul Pogba saga in 2016 dragged on for months before eventually being completed. The Jadon Sancho situation took 2 summers to resolve. Sometimes persistence pays off, sometimes it doesn't. But there's something different about the current situation. United seem more focused and determined than in previous years. They've identified their targets and they're willing to pay what it takes to get them. The manager's influence. Amorim's influence on these transfers can't be understated. Both Mbeumo and Martinez fit his system perfectly, and the manager has clearly identified them as priorities. Having a clear vision of what you want is crucial in the transfer market. Too often in recent years, United have seemed to sign players without a clear plan of how they'll use them. With Amorim, that's changed. He knows exactly what he wants from his players, and these signings would give him the tools to implement his vision. The long-term vision. Beyond the immediate impact, these signings would also fit United's long-term vision. Both players are at good ages. Mbeumo is 25 and Martinez is 31. They could be key players for several years. United are trying to build something sustainable rather than just looking for quick fixes. These signings would be part of that longer-term plan. The final push. As we reach the crucial phase of these transfer negotiations, everything seems to be pointing in the right direction for Manchester United. The Mbeumo deal appears closer than ever. The player wants to come, United are willing to pay, and the gap between the clubs is smaller than it's ever been. That social media hint was just the cherry on top. The Martinez opportunity is more unexpected, but it could be even more significant. Getting a goalkeeper of his quality would solve one of United's biggest problems. If United can pull off both signings, it would represent exactly the kind of summer they need. 2 proven Premier League players who can make an immediate impact. No adaptation period, no question marks about their ability to handle English football. The moment of truth. So here we are. After months of speculation, weeks of negotiations, and countless social media hints, we might finally be approaching the moment of truth. Will this be the week Manchester United finally get their man? Will that Instagram like prove to be the sign we've all been waiting for? Will the Martinez opportunity turn into reality? The next few days will tell us everything. For United fans who have been through every emotion possible during this transfer window, it could all be worth it. Sometimes the best things are worth waiting for. The stage is set, the players are ready, and the deals are there to be done. All that's left is for Manchester United to make it happen. After all the speculation and all the waiting, we're about to find out if this really is the week that changes everything. Keep your phones charged, United fans. This could be the week you've been waiting for all summer.